Hello, my lovely Taurus friends. Welcome to Soul Psych Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming week of January. Hope y'all are doing well. Let's see what we have going on here for my Taurus. The vision. The prayer. The queen. Flame, the castle, the animal. I mean, the initial thought that came into my head when I saw this is that you want to move out of the idea of what it is that you've had in this relationship with this person. So I don't know if it's someone that you are hold on, give me just a second because I need to change the brightness of my computer. It is hella dim. Okay. That you're wanting to move out of this arena in this relationship that you have with this person that feels stagnant. The castle is I mean, it's someplace that can be mistaken as a point of destination. This is where you're supposed to be because you enter into the status quo, and I think that what you're wanting to do is just move away from the status quo. I feel like instinctually, but also protectively, that you're wanting to kind of move toward something that you envision with this person. And I kind of get the idea with the queen here that if you guys are in separation right now, which I kind of feel like you are, that this is a vision that this person has held onto themselves. I kind of feel like this person, and honestly, Taurus, take it how it resonates, because this could be you and they're the ones who are wanting to, but there's just kind of this I mean, not necessarily a point of contention, but also this I want to say a lack of alignment that you have experienced with this person, because what you envision is different from what they envision. And I feel like one of you envisions the castle and the other one of you envisions something different. And I feel as though this person or you have been trying to push toward, this vision. Stepping outside of the castle and moving toward, a different life. And that I feel like you're coming in with this energy of companion and caretaker almost. In a domestic sense. I don't know. Oof. All the things that are happening. Because, this person is, the flame is somebody that you're drawn to, but I feel like this is somebody who ignites the fire within is kind of what I'm getting with it this time around. There's something that's been lit inside of you that is guiding you toward what it is that you're wanting to manifest. The prayer card is my manifestation card, intentional thought, intentional action. And so I feel like you guys are at that place where you're okay, I'm going to intentionally think this and intentionally do it. I mean, it seems like a really simple concept, And yet I feel like it's almost one of like the most easily skipped over ideas, because we live in a world where everyone always tells us exactly what to do and how we're supposed to behave. And so, we don't automatically think for ourselves or automatically think intentionally outside of what it is that we're told to do. And I kind of feel like y'all have been in this state of being, like living where you're supposed to live. And that when you pulled out that box, the box that was in the closet, we're going back months now. I don't know how many months, but it was that idea that you had, like tucked something inside of you and shoved it down to the back of the corner of the closet so that you wouldn't have to think about it, because it served as kind of like an irritant for your status quo life. And now that it's popped back out, it's almost as though it's lit a flame in you, and you're coming in trying to influence. And again, take this how it resonates, because I feel like for some of my Taurus, it's like you guys are the ones coming in and doing this, and for other ones, like they're coming to you and trying to say this. I don't know. I know a surprisingly large amount of Taurus. Tauruses. But anyways, this fire has been ignited in you. You're wanting to step outside of the status quo. You're wanting to, move toward this vision that you have with this person. And, you're coming in with this just kind of like this companion energy, to intentionally create, what it is that you envision with this person outside of the status quo. Okay. Taurus. Okay. The Nine of Swords, the Devil, the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. Okay, again, take this how it resonates, either you or this person, because I feel like there's just this dynamic that I'm dealing with, and I don't know which side is which, and I think it could vary. But it seems like the idea, especially in terms of the castle, is the Nine of Swords, the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles. And it's just kind of this like illumination as to how manipulated this life is. How the idea of have you I want to say like tit for tat. It's tit for tat. You feel like did you check off each of the boxes for each of the things that were needed to be done in order to live the responsible life? I feel like there's an element of like consideration, of just being a considerate, partner, housemate, like however that plays out, it's this idea that there was this element of control that had like come in and taken over, and I kind of think that in a way it was like this element of control that was taking over due to like a level of dissatisfaction. Like you were miserable or they were miserable, probably both of you, because if one person's miserable, the other person's likely miserable as well. But it's just this idea that like when you're trying to control everything and you're trying to like make it be what it's supposed to be, it becomes this uncomfortable, miserable situation where everybody's just tit for tatting, and like it's uncomfortable for everyone. Like nobody really enjoys it, and I think that you're kind of coming into that illuminated idea on the concept of what it is to just freely be who you are. Because I feel like sometimes you guys get so like honed in on one idea or like one mentality. Taurus, you guys literally are like molasses, like, and so it's kind of that idea that like you get stuck on this idea and like that's the only way it can be, and that's how that's how this works, and didn't you know? And I mean, and you get so stubborn and set in your ways, and and I mean, you guys are smart, you're in tune, you're aware, but like also I think that when you are trying to, like, I want to say, when you've been in life justifying this castle lifestyle, you've done it by like keeping track of the status quo, and now you're starting to realize the fact that like, that's not gonna create anything other than misery. And now, you're coming into this, you've got the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. And I think it's like the idea and the influence behind this, is that you have to actually like take care of yourself, take care of, the people in your life and your environment outside of the context of what it is that's demanded to be. Like you have to tend to people for who they are, like it, like so dead serious right now, but like we live in a world where people literally like the concept of individuality, people grasp it, but like in this really abstract way. Like, oh, well, yeah, you're an individual. Of course you're an individual. Everybody's different, but it's like there's no tangency behind it. Tangency, it's not tangible. Because when you actively behave or think or speak individually, then it's criticized. Because you're not supposed to think what you think. You're supposed to think what I think, because that's how this works. It's like, maybe not. Maybe you are allowed to be an individual. And that's what you want. You want to be allowed to be an individual. And you want to create that for yourself. I don't know if you're creating that with this person or not, honestly. I feel like it could go one of two ways. Avi, I mean, it could go one of many ways, but in terms of, in the context of this reading, the Warrior. I mean, because it could just be that you guys have set out on this, like, I can't remember your reads. Like, somebody did not want to move forward with you. And they were like, I'm really sorry. And you were like really determined. And I kind of feel like if we're staying in context of that read, then there's another person. Outside of that, just in this energy, as it stands alone, it does feel very singular. Like you're going through this self-awareness, and I don't think that it's that this person isn't involved in it in terms of like the voice inside your head. You know what I mean? Like when you're with someone for a long time, you can anticipate what they're going to say before they even say it, like to the point where their voice becomes your voice. I mean, there's something very real about two becoming one. Your thoughts start to, like coincide, and your actions coincide, and everything that you eat, sleep, breathe this energy with this person to the point where you've fused into one person. And so even if you aren't with this person, like at the moment, I get the feeling that like they're still in you, in your psyche. And I feel like maybe there's also kind of like a cleansing process that's going on here with that. That you're kind of like refined by fire is what I want to say. Like you're feeling the heat and the pressure of what's going on. And so you're like, I'm going to rise to the challenge. And the warrior card is just this idea of like mind your battles and fight what you're passionate about, but like don't get tripped up on like a mentality or something that will send the thought in that direction rather than like the direction that needs to go. Like stay focused, but like stay focused on this new truth of really tending to your vision, because I think that people dream, they're like, I dream of accomplishing this someday, but right now this is what it makes sense to do. And then they're always right nowing themselves. Well, I got to go to work, and I got to, like Tommy and Sally need to go to private school and do whatever, like whatever reasons you've had over the years, or like I have this that I'm going through and I just need to take care of this right now. I mean, like it's kind of this like keep your nose to the grindstone mentality, but while you're keeping your nose to the grindstone, like you're missing out on like all of the other things that you had dreamt of. And so it's kind of like this, now you're dreaming again. But you've got to recognize the need for intentional thought and intentional action if you actually want to create what it is that you envision. And it seems like that's kind of like the energy that you're in this upcoming week. I'm going to stop there. Sorry, that was a good read. There weren't a whole lot of cards, but like that was an intense download. So I feel like you guys have a lot on your plate, but you're like moving in a positive direction, and you're really trying to work on focusing yourself intentionally and acting intentionally in the direction that you want to go rather than the direction that you feel as though you have to. All positive, wonderful things. I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I'll see y'all again soon. Bye.